Today is Friday, January 8th. What should we call them? Protesters? A mob? People who love their country? Take, for example, the 60-year-old man sprawled out with one foot on Nancy Pelosi's desk. Or the man in the cap sitting in Mitch McConnell's chair in the Senate chamber. What do you think they wanted by being there? In today's gospel, the man is quite clear what he wants. He wants to be cured of leprosy and so rejoin human society. He approaches Jesus with reverence and says, "If you wish, you can make me clean." And Jesus does, because Jesus' desire is to meet the man's desire and the man's faith. His belief that Jesus could help him and that Jesus would want to help him. The man made the intuitive leap from desire to trust, which is the entry point into faith. He asked, and Jesus delivered. I wonder whether the people who stormed the Capitol last Wednesday knew what they wanted, and who did they think could meet their need? They had just heard the president call them amazing patriots and tell them that we're going to the Capitol to fight like hell. Then, without going with them, he sent them off to the Capitol building to what? Did they know? They had no plan other than gaining entry to the Capitol and making a ruckus. But there was no Jesus figure in the Capitol to respond to their desire. So what were they thinking? The advent of this president has forced each of us to judge and choose and so take a side. The small choices we each make agglomerate into major choices, and the small choices of many people agglomerate into major choices, for good or for ill. In 1845, the American poet James Russell Lowell captured this dynamic in a poem I learned as a hymn in my Protestant youth. Here are the first and the fourth stanzas. Once to every man and nation comes the moment to decide, in the strife of truth and falsehood, for the good or evil side. Some great cause, some great decision, offering each the bloom or blight. And the choice goes by forever, twixt that darkness and that light. Though the cause of evil prosper, yet the truth alone is strong. Though her portion be the scaffold, and upon the throne be wrong. Yet that scaffold sways the future, and behind the dim unknown standeth God within the shadow, keeping watch above his own. God watches over us, like Jesus ready to respond to the man with leprosy. That man's choice was for the one who would welcome him, heal him, and set him free. You, I, and our fellow citizens made choices in the 2016 election, and since then. And on Wednesday at the Capitol, we saw the cause of evil prosper, though we know that truth alone is strong. We saw the scaffold that sways the future, violence and unrest with weapons and a grievance on the political right. But in faith, you and I, and the man with leprosy, can believe that behind the dim unknown stands Jesus within the shadow, keeping watch over his own. Let's choose him today as the only one who can save us.